You've got a right to wear what you want to wear at work, right? Well, let's take a look at this week's case. Involves a situation that arose in California, and there we had hospitals that had put down a carte blanche requirement that anything, any pins, any kind of insignia, any buttons worn by employees must be approved first by the hospital administration. Now, in hospitals, for a variety of reasons, people involved in healthcare frequently are wearing pins. Sometimes they're little badges of honor indicating an award or various other things that there might be a pin or it might be a little placard. And in this instance, the hospital said, we can't have any of that because, frankly, I don't think it's working for us, and especially because it will interfere with patient care. The argument was made that if you have somebody who's wearing a pin, let's take the hypothetical of somebody wearing a political pin during an election and they're supporting a specific candidate, and they are there as a nurse or other healthcare provider and providing direct care to a patient, and the patient says, you know, I can't stand that guy, he's an absolute idiot. Well, that's going to create some, shall we say, frank discussions, and that's not going to help the patient get better. So the hospital said that's why we are regulating all those buttons and badges and pins that people wear. All right. Well, a big problem was going on there was that there was union organization, and the union wanted to see that union insignia could be worn by the hospital employees. And when the hospital said, no, you can't wear union insignia, you can't wear anything that we don't approve, well, they brought a claim with the National Labor Relations Board. Now, you often don't hear about the National Labor Relations Board, but if ever you're in a situation where you complain to your union about something that is taking place in the workplace, that complaint, that grievance, will wind up being taken, if it goes far enough, to the National Labor Relations Board, and they make these decisions in the workplace. Okay, so this case went forward, and what the National Labor Relations Board said, in essence, was that this carte blanche determination made by the hospital that nobody could wear any pin, any insignia without approval of the hospital was too broad. The National Labor Relations Board said there certainly is an exception for health care that is direct health care to patients, because yes, you don't want the patients to become unnecessarily excited because they might disagree with what appears on a pin. But here the hospital went too far. It applied this to all employees, and not all employees are involved in direct patient care. Therefore, the prohibition was overly broad. But as to specific individuals, such as nurses or other healthcare providers who are working directly with patients, well, the things that they could wear, the pins, the buttons, the badges that they could wear, could be regulated by the hospital. And the reason for this is that basically everybody has a right of free expression. We can say what we want, and how we say what we want sometimes is by what we wear, the buttons, the badges, the various other insignia that we might wear. And here the hospital was forbidding that. Now, the hospital did have a plausible and good reason for not allowing certain items to be worn by people who are directly dealing with patients, but they couldn't prevent all the hospital staff from wearing any form of badge or insignia. All right, bring this case, as you bring cases every week, so you understand how the law works. I'm David Allen.